that worked with her in the work study saw an Anne that no one ever saw. And we saw her on her really good days and her really bad days, which were really bad behind closed doors. Like, really bad. Like, she would send us out with money and she'd be like, I don't give a fuck, just get shop treats, just go. Bring back chocolate, we just have to sit. We would all just sit and I've just had a lot of trouble accepting that she's gone because she was a friend to me, she was a mentor to me. I think to all the work study kids, she was a friend and a sister, not a mother. That would imply she's old. She's a sister. I have so many stories, but she's gonna hate me for saying this one. But one day, walking in, and I'm like, oh, here I go to work. And she's sitting there in her little nook, and she's like, I hear her going, what the fuck? And I'm like, Anne? She's like, yeah, come here. And I'm like, okay. I go over, and she's like, what's this ratemyprofessor.com? And I was like, oh, well, you know, kids talk about professors and they rate them. And she's like, what, do you see what they're saying about me? And she's like, let me read you some of these snippets. And she, like, for like 10 minutes, she, like, read all of this shit. And she's like, Julie, what the fuck? I was like, well, Anne, like, I think we're close enough now for me to say, like, you know, you've thrown hangers at people before. Like, you're like, it's just like, people are just intimidated because you're so great and don't hurt me. Like, you're just so great. She's like, okay, I mean, I guess, you know. And then she was like, and then we're silent for like 10 minutes. She's like, Julie, can you do me a favor? I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you have your computer? I was like, yeah. She's like, can you pull it out? And I was like, yeah. She's like, could you go on and maybe type something? I went on and I was like, Anne, don't worry about it, I got it. I went on and typed like this, like 10 paragraphs. Anne is so great. She's also really good looking and really stylish, and she's a genius and blah, 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 blah. And in the end, she like, it was just a kind of like a moment for us because I saw her sensitive side, which she doesn't show too often, and she teared up a little bit, and she was just like, thank you, like, that means a lot. And I was like, Anne, really, like, we love you. Like, those are just, like, fucking, like, psych majors and business majors who took one class with you, like, fuck that. And she was like, I know. But my absolute favorite story of Anne Lamell is during Carousel, and she had me stay backstage. It was the night before opening, and she was like, I have to go sit and watch, so you stay backstage and work on anything. And so I'm sitting there. As I'm sitting there by myself, I'm not making this up, an old man comes in with crutches and CDs, and he tells me that he's a French filmmaker and he wants me to be in his big new movie, and he's going to take me to Brooklyn tonight. We're going to go to a jazz club, and he's going to sign me all these contracts and stuff like that. But he wants to sell me his CDs first. Like, once I get the CDs from him, and I'm like, white as fuck. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's going to fucking kill me. And there's no one in the costume room. No, I'm looking like, where the fuck is Megan? He's there for like an hour, then he leaves. And then 10 minutes go by, I'm still like pissing myself. And then Anne comes in, and she knew me so well at that point. She looks at me, she's like, sweetie, are you okay? And I was like, and then I just started crying. I'm like, Anne, there's this guy, and he had crushes in his CD, and he was trying to, I don't know what he was doing. And he was like, what? Did he have a PACE ID? I was like, no, he didn't have it. And she's like, no. I'm not doing it. She took my arm, dragged me down the stairs, not in the elevator, down the stairs to get there faster. She goes up to the security desk, goes, I'd like to report an incident. Because you're watching, did you not notice this man in crutches come in? They're like, man in crutches, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, I know what I'm talking about. My student would lie to me, so do you want to maybe report this? and she's like bitching him out, and the whole time I'm next to her like, thanks, and then that whole night and the next like week after, every night she would text me and say, did you get home okay? Are you okay? And she was like, is any man in crutches following me? Just go home and drink a beer, it's okay. And it's just, there's just so many stories like that we all have. I can't look at you. I just feel so honored to have worked with her for 4 years and to work with all of you guys, because we all got to see an Anne that no one else saw, and we were her kids. She called us her kids, her girls, and Eric.